Chapter 4. Escape from Prison. Robin and his mother stayed with Squire Gamwell for more than a week. They would have stayed longer, but an unexpected adventure cut short their visit and caused them to return home in haste. During the few days after the feast at Gamwell Hall, Robin quickly became a great favourite with the village folk. He was the leader in all manner of fun and mischief. Squire Gamwell thought that Robin's apparent wildness was due to his living such a quiet life, but Robin's mother knew that there was a spirit of adventure in her son that could not be quenched. Maid Marian was often at Robin's side. She too stayed a week with her uncle. While Robin and she were together, they shared their fun happily. "We must not miss the fair," shouted Robin as he ran into the hall. He and Marian had heard the news that was going round the village that the annual fair would be held in Nottingham that day. "You'll get a poor welcome from the townspeople," warned Will Gamwell. "Every year we go to the fair, and every year the same thing happens. The stupid people of Nottingham look down on people from the villages like us, and there's usually trouble." "We'll give them trouble this year, all right," laughed Robin. A party of youths headed by Robin and Marian walked into Nottingham when the fair was in full swing. The tradespeople behind their brightly coloured stalls took no notice of the band of villagers, but groups of youths from Nottingham soon spotted them, and before long started to hurl insults at Robin and his friends. It was a new experience for Robin to see a fair, and he ignored the insults while he watched keenly all that was going on. But the townsfolk began to jeer at them. Robin was too spirited to suffer this without answer. "Over with the stalls, comrades!" 3 of the stalls were overturned before the townsfolk realised fully what was happening. The next moment a cry was set up for help. The townsfolk, armed with staves, tried to rush Robin's band, but Robin leapt into the fray and fought back daringly. "Take that," he yelled, as he closed in on one burly fellow. "Show them what village lads are made of." Robin stayed right in the thick of the fighting. Then, as if they had seen a ghost, most of the townspeople stopped fighting and fled in the opposite direction. It wasn't a ghost they had seen, it was the sheriff. He was riding into the fairground with a strong force of guards. "Robin! Robin! Come away!" yelled his friends. But Robin was too busy with the last of the townspeople to heed. "Get that man!" roared the sheriff, espying Robin as he sent another man crashing to the ground. The sheriff's men rushed at Robin. He was overwhelmed and carried struggling gamely to the sheriff. "You've killed a man, you young lawbreaker," stormed the sheriff. "You'll be charged with that crime." He turned to his men. "Take him away, throw him into prison." Robin had no chance against so many of the sheriff's guards. He was dragged to the town prison and flung into an empty cell. "I wonder if Maid Marian escaped," was Robin's first thought as he sat on the straw of the prison cell. Soon he began to look about him. The cell was about 8 feet square. Like all prisons in his time, this one was made of timber. with a small opening near the roof to allow light to filter into the place. As he looked up, Robin saw that the dungeon was old, and that there were great holes in the ceiling. Through these holes he could see the straw-thatched roof. "If I can't get out of this place, I'm a duffer," said he to himself. When darkness fell, Robin climbed to the roof of the prison and broke through the thatching. It was an easy matter for him to force his way to the outside of the roof and then slide down to the ground. "Take him dead or alive," ordered the sheriff when he heard the news of Robin's escape. Robin hurried back to his uncle's house. He bade a sad farewell to Maid Marian, placed his mother on his horse, and rode back with her over the 40-mile route by which they had come. All the time his thoughts dwelt on the injustice of being cast into prison for something he had not done. He reached home at last, but he could not rest long, for news followed swiftly that the sheriff's men were seeking him. He wanted desperately to avoid bringing his father into conflict with the sheriff. He knew he must leave home. "My father shall not be mixed up in this," he vowed to himself. "Until the hue and cry has quietened down, I must hide in the forest." Robin went that day. His exciting adventures as an outlaw were beginning. End of chapter 4.